Welcome to Gimle Talks. This is Cameron Hoadley and Zina, and this is episode 3, celebrating National Women's Month, being the first female
Oh my
on the
god.
podcast.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah,
But you also, I want you to be welcome. So
I am welcome.
good.
And just for context, you are a Gimle volunteer, ex-volunteer,
X.
but a beloved person amongst the volunteers here, I have to say, because you and I actually don't know each other very well. We've crossed paths many times. You've been in my home. I've been around your
Yes.
home. And you've also been a part of some of my favorite moments since I've been in Denmark.
Ah, awesome.
And I was so curious because the volunteers behind the scenes recommended that you should be the third person to interview on this. And so because we don't know each other very well, and I'm so intrigued by that because it seems like you're a very appreciated person. Given the fact that you and I don't know each other, what is something you'd want someone to know about you first, given the opportunity?
Talkative, I think. Yeah.
Talkative.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. Funny. Like not I'm funny, but more like let's have fun. Like let's be funny together and like let's just
We
talk.
can build a sandcastle together a
Yes.
little bit here.
And then like pee on it.
And pee on it.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, I will pee on the sandcastle with you. That's fine, if we want to go that
Kind of
direction.
disturbing though for the children, but
It's like creating is a form of destruction. Destruction is a form of creation. That's actually
okay, that's
the
getting
quote.
deep now.
Yeah, I know. You'll find that that's kind of the way that I go about
Yeah.
this.
Ah, okay.
But just to kind of pivot real quick. So you came to Denmark. Is this the first time you've actually explored outside of Germany? Because you're originally from Germany.
Yeah, no, it's not the first time. It's because my parents are from Tunisia. So every year, each summer, it was a typical thing. It feels like tradition that my parents take me and then we visit our family. So I've definitely seen different countries, different societies, a very much different perspective of life and religion and everything. So many times to Tunisia and traveling with friends, with myself.
Yeah, and so you came to Denmark. Was this like your first personal choice of like a place to
That's
go?
yeah. Actually, yeah, you can say personal choice. Yeah, like a free bird after like getting out of the cage after finishing school. I finished high school, kind of being 18, and then I found the volunteer project here. So Denmark's my first like big step into doing stuff on my own.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But why Denmark? Out of like all the crazy options that you had
Why
at your
Denmark?
table.
Yes, that's a lot of people ask that. Actually, it seems like it's an important question to ask. No, it was the project. It was Gimle. I was very interested in like wow, the combination of music and culture and food. Food is amazing. So I was very interested in that combination, and also I knew somebody who had a house here, and she showed me some pictures, and I was like, oh, where's that? Oh, Denmark. Oh, and then I found the project.
Yeah. And so you found yourself going to a bunch of concerts. You know, you're working in a
Gimle.
concert venue
Yes.
and you get to meet all these different kind of crazy personalities that come through it.
Yes, for the world. Yeah.
And out of like those experiences, like what are some of your best moments since you've been in Denmark?
Do you mean like connecting to Gimle and the music concert venue, or
Actually, I would
in
say
general?
more in general.
Yeah. Okay. In general, I think all my favorite moments are with my roommate. My previous roommates. I mean.
Does it start with an R?
What do you mean?
Rob? It's not Rob?
Oh.
No, you actually never lived with Rob.
Name drop.
Yeah.
No.
You'll love it.
It's okay. No, Rob's not my roommate, but a friend, a good friend. But I also lived here in Denmark before Rob came. He came like some months ago. So I've been here since 2019 summer. So I had there already some roommates, and all my favorite moments are with them. Parties or days in Copenhagen or traveling, concerts here. It was actually a lot of fun before something called Corona happened. It was like Gimle was a crazy place to get fucked up. First cursing.
Oh my god,
opportunity.
did we finally pop that cherry?
you're welcome.
Oh, thank you, Zina. So, just to fucking move forward, you know, you kind of have like a creative personality. I can get the vibe off of it, as well as just talking to the friends that knew you very well. You have a multimedia design pursuit?
Yes.
Anything on the lines of that? And that's the thing, are you taking like education, like going to college here at the moment, or did you kind of get that past?
I'm studying it right now at a school in Copenhagen called Kia.
Kia,
Yes. Have you heard about it?
I have not, but
Okay.
why multimedia design?
Because first of all, it was the only thing you could apply for
Is
for the
it?
semester, and I don't know, it's just sounded a little bit open and not like I don't like business-related stuff and money and finances, and I tried like a study called marketing management for a semester. It wasn't mine.
know,
Wasn't for
it's-
me at all. So multimedia design sounded really interesting, and then actually, so I'm quite happy with it.
Nice, because I know music plays a big part in your life as well.
Yes, yes.
And
actually, yeah.
and just kind of like under the table, I'm being told that you're teaching yourself piano while you're here.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it's funny. It's you should also check it out if you're interested. Facebook Marketplace is an interesting
Yeah.
place. Oh my God, you get a lot of stuff for free, and I found a piano for free in Copenhagen. So we took a car and we drove there. And yeah, because I just I mean the piano is such a beautiful instrument, and then you don't even need to pay money for it, and then you just need to motivate yourself to learn it, to self-teach yourself, kind of. So I'm doing that, but not really, because right now I'm not living at the place where the piano is. But I'm pursuing on getting a new piano. I'm like a piano hunter, kind of. So yes.
No, I did the same exact thing. I went to Facebook Marketplace and I got
Oh.
a piano.
Really?
Yeah.
How big?
Just casual like size. I
Ah.
think it's like 36 keys or something like that.
How did you carry that?
I had 2 Irish guys come with me, and then we took it in. It was
The
easier
Irish
than it
guys.
looks. Like once you see them, yeah. Oh, they're so good at carrying
Okay.
things.
Is
And
Sorry, I'm interrupting.
No,
but
please.
Is it at your place?
it is, like in those small dorms that I live in. It's actually in my room
I
next to
never
the window.
saw your place. Okay, nice.
Yeah. No, I keep that kind of off limits just for the time because I'm afraid that it may just at one moment disappear. But I had the same pursuit, and I wanted to learn piano because I'm assuming that you may have like grown up with like some pieces, that were very close to you, and then you're like, if I could just play this, or like learn to play, because it's just like if I
Yeah.
can like
Yeah.
always go to a piano just in some fancy like area and then just play it whenever I wanted to. Like that's kind of like a motivation for me. It's just to kind of have that ability.
I kind of also developed that motivation, but not because I was surrounded by a lot of instruments growing up. Not at all. But just like seeing it on TV, and then like seeing like crazy musicians like or and I was like, fuck, imagine that. So I got inspired to like start with the basics. But yeah, so I didn't grow up with instruments. Did you? Did you grow up with instruments around you?
Yeah, believe it or not, I was a drummer. Yeah, I used to play the drum set, so when I see like Javi just killing it on the drum set, I'm just like, oh, it makes me miss it. But if I had the choice of an instrument, it was always piano, because I was always drawn to it. But I was in band class growing up, and they didn't have the piano option.
Band class, that sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah,
you don't
I
have
was-
that in German education systems. You don't have that.
I
band
know.
class.
I also learned that you don't have marching band, which is a
No.
uniquely American thing.
Yes, but fuck, did you do that?
I did.
Did you do the?
Yeah, there's actually an interesting story just for how much I did not care about the drums. I actually faked an injury. I
fuck.
made it where like I was playing soccer at the time, football to the rest of the world, and I hurt my foot a little bit. Like it was just a casual like impact injury, but I decided to take it to this extra level of like pretending that I had a contusion, which is like a like internal bruise.
Yeah.
Wasn't real, and I pretended I had it. I went on crutches. I had a like cast, and totally fine. I got to leave class early, and I wanted to get out of marching band. That was kind of my biggest motivation, and so they ended up not letting me get out of marching band, but I had to sit in a wheelchair and do the crash cymbals. But like someone would just walk me through for miles, like when we were doing the marching stuff. Yeah. So there's me looking like I was very special, like going through the towns and stuff. But I
You were
had
still
to do
part
it.
of the group, diversity, it matters.
Yes. No. But I stuck with it, and I do love the drums immensely. But I bought the piano with the sole intention of learning it here.
Yeah.
But I lost the motivation because there's always so many moving pieces in life. but the fact that you're
Yeah.
still sticking with it. And on top of that, you're learning drums from Javi, I'm
I
being told too.
I did, but the place where we used to practice is also closed because of Corona. So actually, I was just very like my small drum heart was like, oh, when I heard you also like play the drums. Yeah, I fucking miss it, man. But yeah, I learned it for a good month or maybe two, and then the lockdown happened again in Denmark. But it was really fun to learn. Yeah.
No, it actually reminds me of like some of the inspirations of wanting to start something and be
Yeah.
inspired. So, whereas there like artists that you've grown up with that you're just like, I want to kind of adopt the style that they had and then create my own.
I was born 2000, so it's a little bit embarrassing, I guess.
It's
But
not
actually, not
embarrassing.
no, not that not that I was born in 2000, but I was a big Justin Bieber fan.
Oh,
Yes. Ooh.
okay, now I understand. Okay.
Yeah, kind of. But no, he kind of like it was really nice, or like just like so impressive to see him and then play the guitar, the piano, and then like a lot of it's a big crowd is just watching him, and so I was always like closing my eyes when I was, I don't know, 11, 12, like, oh, imagine that. But before that, I never like grew up with, I don't know, jazz music or not really. It was just pop. I remember like certain songs I remember like, by Katy Perry, for example, where she had those things on her boobs.
Oh,
Maybe I don't know what song that was, but I remember
Yeah.
the music video.
I remember that music video very well too.
So maybe
Yeah.
that has an impact on me. I don't know, but no, I don't really have a proper answer to your question because I can't really remember what kind of music impacted me. A lot of pop, mainstream pop. I was a Justin Bieber fan. I like Baby a lot.
I was also told that you had a Taylor Swift phase recently.
Yes, but I'm really proud of that. And it's not a phase; it's a chapter.
A chapter.
Yes, I think so. People are laughing. Doesn't matter. No, but I don't know. Can I ask? That's okay, right? Taylor Swift.
It is.
Yeah.
I honestly, the arc of her, like, the way that she's decided to go and how much she represents a moving like industry into a better direction, in my opinion, is really important.
And just all in general, like herself as a songwriter, that's just incredible. Like I've been like January was that chapter where I was listening to a lot of Exile, and, Evermore, no Forest, I don't know, something that she dropped 2 albums in that year, 2020 and 2021, and like when it comes to songwriting, amazing, beautiful, wow. Just really nice. So that's why I really enjoyed listening to her because I really like listening to songs with beautiful lyrics, or not just meaningful. So
Do you
she
write yourself?
yeah, yeah. Yes.
What do you,
Yes.
and if it's like something that you want to kind of keep to yourself, but like what do you usually write about? Like what's kind of the inspiration to push you to write?
I think I know for sure that some months ago it was a little bit tricky because I didn't know where to move, and I knew I'm gonna drop out soon, so my life was a little bit shit and like very sad. So I just wrote about those kind of emotions. So it's actually just whatever I feel, if it's being very insecure, anxiety, or I don't know, love, or anything like that, then I just have the urge to type into my phone or like write on a piece of paper. And actually, in that time, I was lucky to have that piano. So writing stuff down and right away jumping to the instrument and playing it, that's an amazing. I don't know if you can do that with the drums. Maybe you can, but man, it's beautiful if you do that, like with the piano, with the guitar. It's a nice, very nice moment. It is true. Some people say music is therapy for sure, like that you can like work on some emotions and feel better afterwards.
Yeah. So this is like a breaking off point because you were originally in Germany and then you had this, push for yourself to put yourself in a completely new environment, knowing little to no one, and
Yeah,
having
no
to
one at all.
develop, you know, in some cases a family or a community, maybe is a more appropriate word.
Yeah.
And, up to this point, I would say that you've had some great success and that it
Yes,
worked
thank
out
you.
in your favor. And I mean, I've always found that to be kind of the challenge. So is there like a defining piece that you wanted to do of just like, I was this person in Germany, this is the person I want to become? Is there maybe a next phase of Zina that you've always wanted to explore a little bit and just haven't necessarily had the push to do it yet?
I was just thinking right now, I'm realizing with that new study that I have that I'm going to stay here for 2 more years. So I'm like really, I can feel it's going to be a different life now. It's more like daily routine, and because after that whole EVS bubble, if you ever go through that, uh, you need to like settle down again and like accept that not every day is going to be crazy or blah blah blah. So I just need to accept like a crazy, like an average boring life in Denmark. Maybe it sounds weird and sad, like but no, it's more like that. It's okay if your week was like that, kind of. Because with that EVS thing that I had, every day was just crazy, and every day was different, and every day was waking up at a different time, or I don't know. So and a lot of freedom. So I just need to accept now that it's a little bit normal life again, which doesn't mean that I'm like not looking for fun stuff.
No, what
I
it
don't want
tells
to
me.
be boring.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing that I'm hearing. And where I resonate a little bit is as rigidity drives me insane.
What is
Complacency.
that word?
It's just like if life is very much like a straight line, like you can kind of know where you'll be 3 months from now. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah, that's
like
what I'm
that's
thinking.
I don't
with
like
like
that
2 years,
actually.
I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
No, what it tells me is that you will probably find yourself wanting to branch off and do something exciting and just unconventional. And so if that's part of your personality, you'll always find yourself in some interesting circles that you would have never expected yourself to be.
Yeah, and actually, when it comes to music, like now that I'm realizing, okay, I'm gonna stay for 2 years. Doesn't matter if because right now I live in Roskilde, and I will still live in Roskilde, but maybe I will live in Copenhagen whenever it's possible to do. But right now I'm thinking, when it comes to music, I'm thinking about actually like investing financially, but also just with like my heart, that I want to have like a small studio, or just like that I want to actually like not forget about music. Because right now I started my study and it's a month now, and the EVS thing is long time over, like some couple of months. But I still feel like I'm just like functioning every day, kind of forgetting about the real things in life, like being creative. So coming back to your question that you actually asked some minutes ago, I definitely want to not forget about music. I want to have a certain schedule. I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna create, or I don't know, record or play or learn. Fuck, I need to learn actually. So I need to learn how to play stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm a big admirer of music. It's actually one piece of like, I have so many creative friends around me, and I'm just like, like it's nice to kind of see them have that outlet for themselves. And it's trying to find ways to like, how can I benefit them in whatever fashion? So like, I used to be a radio host back in the day,
Oh.
and like it was a weird time.
Oh.
And
Because it was in America, or what do you mean?
no, it was just unexpected,
Ah.
I would say. And what ended up being a benefit in disguise was because like I had friends that they were like teaching themselves bass and like guitar growing up, and then I'm just like, hey, like if you write your own song, I can play it on like an like unknowable crowd, and then you'll have like maybe fans that will come up and want to get
famous.
and that was honestly such a good benefit. And especially when it comes to like communities that you can kind of create, if you're always in your bubble, and this is what I've learned, like if you never leave Germany or if you never go and take a big step, you will never get to meet some unexpected person or like find yourself in a situation where you're now doing a podcast during a pandemic. And I think that especially when it comes to those pursuits and wanting to help benefit everyone else around you, that you will just find yourself there.
I think if I stayed in Germany and never moved to Denmark to do this, to do the project, I wouldn't. My English. Okay, maybe you need to help me with the grammar.
Sure.
I would have never started to actually pursue doing music and creating music. Yeah, because I know my sister, she gave me 5 years ago, 16, okay, 7 years ago. 7 years ago, she gave me an acoustic guitar, like for kids. And I was like, oh my god, fuck, I'm gonna play, I'm gonna put it on YouTube. New German fucking newcomer,
Future
blah
Tash
blah.
Sultana.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tash Sultana, what?
Mhm.
What?
'Cause
Oh
yeah.
fuck. That takes me maybe 100 years to maybe get on her beginner's level. That woman is crazy. Whew. But no, but then I started and I realized, oh fuck, learning is actually hard, right? No, I'm too lazy for that. So I dropped it. I was like, fuck that. But then actually I came to Denmark. I bought a small ukulele. I also didn't learn on that. But then I was lucky to get an acoustic guitar from someone. And I just started to actually play and learn chords. And then the lockdown happened. I had a laptop, and then I started to download the Logic free trial for 90 days. And then I started producing, and that was fun. So I'm doing like ringtones for Nokia 900 something.
That's actually very impressive.
No, that's just very background video games music. But maybe somebody wants to pay for that.
Yeah. No, and it's just kind of like flexing that part of your brain a little bit
Yeah,
and trying to get a little more creative.
So yeah, what I'm trying to say is, of course, if I stayed now in Germany, I would never realize how important it is actually to get out of your comfort zone, right? And to learn, to process, and to just exchange experiences with the others. If I never met that one, my old roommate, never could have imagined to learn the drums. Because I always thought, like, fuck, I'm so bad in rhythm. Like, I have such a fucking bad feeling when people say 1, 2, 3, I'm already at 4. And it's just, So, but then he was there, and then we tried. And the first day was like, oh shit, that's not that good, I guess. But then, like, the second day was, oh, average, good. So, it's nice to definitely do something in your life and just fucking develop and not stay the fucking same person.
Mhm. So why this volunteer initiative out of all the others?
I applied for this one and like a thing in Amsterdam. That was like for a homeless shelter thing. Actually I know why. Because Gimle has a very old YouTube video, and there was a girl, Johanna, and she was an old German EVS, like ECS volunteer, and what she said in the beginning, in the end, was just very inspiring, because she just said, like, just come here, just try, just apply, those kind of things. And then I tried to stalk her on Instagram, but it was very blurry when she was in Germany and Denmark, so I didn't really know. Maybe it was something in Bavaria. I'm thinking, oh, it's Denmark, so beautiful. So it was kind of a risk, but fuck it. So I applied for it, and yeah. So Gimle had some nice promotion videos, and the other one declined my application.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
But actually, fuck that. So I'm really happy about being here in Denmark, and especially maybe I need to like promote now. This volunteer project is amazing, and when it comes to like the pre-corona times, it was very amazing. When it comes to the freedom of having like the access to music, to concerts, like being able to go to free concerts. And
Mhm.
if you actually really want, you can learn a lot about stagehand and blah blah blah. It's much nicer than like just like a basic volunteer project where you, I don't know, work in a kindergarten or do social stuff, because that sucks.
No.
No, that's also important. Thank you for the people that, yeah.
No, because I have a similar story when it comes
Sorry.
to this. You're good.
Ah.
Because I was always, I lived in Spokane, Washington,
Yeah.
which is on the east side, and it's a super conservative, very
Yes.
religious, and that's where my family is. And then I needed to do the wake up call where I used to have like long hair, like all the way down, like down
Did you
here.
listen to heavy metal?
Heavy metal, a little bit. I wouldn't say like no, I was a hippie is the reason.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
the long hair. There are like different types of long hair, you know.
Yeah, it was unkept, and I had a dread in it, and I ended up shaving my head. And at that time, I went by CJ, and so I was like, okay,
CJ for Cameron?
yeah. So my full name is Cameron James Hoadley, and so
Oh,
Cameron James is where CJ came from.
CJ,
Yeah, yeah.
MC CJ.
Yeah.
Oh my
I know
God.
that name pops up quite a bit in some strange places. And so I ended up dipping it was like a flea. Like I wanted to completely redefine myself and to, just go in an area, knowing no one and just
Yeah.
branching
I
out
know.
and seeing hopefully where I can go.
Yeah.
and I ended up doing volunteer initiatives, which was kind of the first time. I did one and a few back in Spokane that were just very minuscule. But the first one that I went into, which was Big Brother, Big Sisters, so I was like, oh, I'm going to take care of this little kid. And like, we're just going to hang out once a week and play board games and stuff. And then it turned into me getting a full-time job at like, being a tutor coordinator at the Boys and Girls Club. They just happened to work with each other. And then a month later, so this is just a 3-month period of just not knowing where this was going to go, I ended up working with incarcerated youth. Like, just went all the way down here. So I'm hanging out with like 18-year-olds that have never seen the light of day for like a period of their life. But it was incredibly eye-opening to just kind of explore that a
lot
bit.
of responsibility, man. That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, just going through the trajectory of that was really interesting. But on the side of it was like, oh, theaters. Like, I love theaters. I like the music and just being surrounded by it. And so I started volunteering at this local theater that would do independent like artists and all this and independent films.
That's great.
Yeah, but it would be like the backstage of it. So I don't know if you get the luxury of like going backstage sometimes or like hanging out with the artists after.
Oh no.
No?
You don't want to hang with them. They just get very fucking loaded and rock stuff for one night. What? I was trying to say make everything dirty, but I don't know why. Yeah. No. And they speak Danish, and then they don't speak English.
And then they just like exclude you by just solely speaking Danish.
But they need you for the Wi-Fi password, so that's when that's when you get important.
I know. It was very interesting, especially when it came to like my first time, because I was like lost. I like went a half hour early to like the first initiative that I was at, and so I like went up to this random blonde girl, and I was just like, "Hey, like, do you like run this place? Do you know who I need to talk to?" And she was as shocked as I was that I came up to her, and she's like, "No, I have no idea. Like, I'm just a part of the band." And then so I like went and found someone, and what I learned later was she actually ended up being like one of the best bluegrass guitarists in the world. And like tours all over the place, and like her dad is like this intense country singer, and I was just like, oh, go figure, like just doing this random thing that I was very nervous about. I ended up meeting one of the coolest people that like dedicated her life to something. Yeah, I wanted to take a photo with her, just being like, you have no idea, but this is like really cool for me. But that was kind of like initiative, just like, hey, doing these weird things, you don't know where you're gonna end up, so like I'm gonna keep pursuing this and just seeing where I go. And even coming to Denmark is just like, when the foundation course, being an exchange student, it threw me into Gimle as well as INSP. And just the crowd of people that kind of come in there as well. So, and you've been a part of that for like some time.
Yes.
And there can be kind of some interesting stories that like dive into it a little bit. You were there at Thanksgiving, which was very appreciated.
It was nice food.
Yes.
I think. Yeah, I ate it. Yeah, I did.
You ate it?
No, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I got like a free plate that was very nice. It was like mashed potatoes and stuff. And turkey, you did meat?
Yes.
Yeah, then I didn't try the turkey, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. No, it was just appreciated that you're there. But you kind of got to surround yourself, especially with INSP and Gimle, is that they have this interesting initiative to celebrate internationals.
Yeah.
And is that like a driver for you? Because you could have just been like, oh, like this was nice that I did it. Now I'm staying in Denmark. I'm going to kind of branch off. Like, what keeps bringing you back here?
Yeah, I know people that done that. That like, okay, Gimle is over. Fuck that. I'm going to Copenhagen or like the other side of Denmark, which is not that far away. But I think it was a little bit special for me because of the lockdown and the pandemic. It's quite hard to meet new people. And also, of course, the people that I had are fucking amazing and just awesome and so easy to just be around, and you just have to love them. So I knew already I have good people around me, and that's what matters. So I never had that urge of just like escaping. And I was still, and I also very curious about just being at INSP or being at Gimle, because those two places are places that change every day, and it's just very exciting actually to see, and like to see how far stuff changes and develops, and I want to be part of that, and I want to be part of, like, you know, on first days we did like those first day dinners things where international cook together at INSP, fælles spising. It's just nice, so why not? So I didn't have any urge to like go somewhere else.
Yeah, I was told that you got your first tattoo here.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
is
god.
it is
How do
it
you know?
does it
Did you
does it
see
does
it?
it look like this at all?
Oh yeah. It's yeah.
I did my
Yes.
best. I was told that there was an interesting story behind that one.
Yes. It means fuck your mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I
what
know.
that means.
It's Turkish. You know.
I live with the Turkish. I'm gonna share that with him and see what he thinks.
Don't share it with the Turkish. She will be a very like, how do you say it? Not the opposite of a compliment. She will be offended.
Insulted.
Yes.
Mm.
No, it's a tattoo for friendship. It's yeah.
You almost got me there for a moment.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah.
no. Okay. It is actually fuck your mom. Fuck your mom part 2. No, it's friendship.
Is it really? I'm gonna
But
approach
is
him
it?
regardless and see if he knows.
It's friendship. But you can't Google translate that shit. So you'll never know. Because it's not a word. It's just bunch of letters combined
What do the
with
letters?
the meaning fuck your mom part 3.
Part 3. Is there a part 5 or part 6?
I'm gonna have
Don't
some
worry
face
about part
tats.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Sorry, I'm. Yeah, do you have a question? Like, I kind of
Oh
got
my
far.
God.
My jokes were they're on a different highway.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you because I know that you have a lovely podcast with Indu, you know, and I wanted
Overtalk.
to pose a philosophical question that may put you at odds with her. So I'm gonna present it. So let's just say someone knocks on your door, you know, and it's just like you open it and they're just like, hey, if you either say yes or no, if you say yes, you will find the love of your life in your lifetime, the person that you'll spend the rest of your life with, and you'll get the full experience of like being with someone for so long. But if you say yes, that means Indu will never find that person. As hard as she tries, she will never find it.
Is that
And if
your
you say,
question? Wait a minute.
this is my question.
What? Okay.
If you say no, then you won't, but she will.
I say no.
You say no?
Yeah.
Why would you say no?
I don't. I think my empathy level is sometimes very critical, but I just get very happy when people are happy,
Mhm.
and then it's very easy for me to accept shitty situations. Yeah. So I don't know. I rather yeah. I actually don't. I don't know what to say. It just feels. It would be a lie if I say yes, kind of. Because that's shitty if then like, okay, nice, I live my fucking Disney movie, but then the other person's kind of like, fuck that,
Mhm.
suffering. So no, yeah,
Yeah. And the beauty of it too, and where some people can lose sight of it is there's more to life, you know.
then love, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I mean, some people are happy alone, and you can find
It's
that.
all an illusion.
It is all
I
an
mean,
illusion.
love, not life.
You're just fighting your genetics a little bit. But I think that that's most important. Is like if you're taking something willfully away from someone, it defeats the purpose. And so if you can find it naturally in that way, then that's good. So we agree on this.
That question is, phew.
Yeah, I thought about it in a car once because someone asked me to think of a difficult question, and it stumped both of them for like a long time, and I almost made them argue.
But it's a nice question to get to know people. I
Mhm.
mean, it's very easy to lie, I guess, in life. But
Yeah.
like you can just say yes or no, whatever. Let's get some McDonald's. But um, if you actually ask that somebody and you can, and then you and if you feel like they're not lying, then it's a nice thing to get to know about them. Like that they're like, oh, like this or like this.
Mhm. I'm filled with those questions if
But-
you ever want more.
Yeah, 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 yes.
You want
I
another?
just had like the energy kick. My heart was beating like, oh my god, what does that mean? And blah blah. So yeah, good questions. Yeah, but do you think saying yes is not good? Morally?
I don't think that there is necessarily a wrong answer
Okay,
in
yeah.
this. Because maybe in some cases it is just like the driving force for some people is that
Mm.
that is all they wanted, you
Mm.
know? And I can't judge them for wanting it so badly that they would sacrifice things. Life is full of sacrifices.
Yes.
And
yes.
even if it's like gauged with a specific person, that's kind of where it's just like I choose someone that they're close with. Or even a stranger. That's where it can get interesting. Is like if they don't know
Yes,
this person,
yes.
they'll just
Yeah,
they'll
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
I
cut
know.
that
Mhm.
entirely. But it's that empathy that you're looking for, and it's nice to kind of see it, especially it exposes itself a little bit when you're just like, ooh, like I'm taking something that is so important to people in general
Yeah.
away from them, and that's just the reaction that you hope to see. So it does just kind of give, I guess, good characteristics to you that you respond in the way that I would hope some people would.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Like a test, man.
So yeah, I especially when it comes to the other creative endeavors, what was the reason for wanting to start a podcast with Endnu?
I'm a big podcast listener, for sure. I was kind of addicted for a second, because I was so dependent on listening to podcasts, going to sleep, that without listening to those certain voices, I couldn't sleep anymore. So that was kind of weird. So I have a break right now, like a small breakup with it.
It's an addiction.
Yeah, just,
You
you
no
know, you need to
withdrawals at the
find
moment.
yourself again.
Yeah.
No, but I really like listening to podcasts, and then realizing that you have the same opportunity actually, and like you have the same equipment and as other podcast doers. Realizing that, it was just like, why are we not doing it actually? We have enough time with the lockdown, and we have an awesome place to do it. Yeah, and then we just started, and also like Enolika, of course, also likes podcasts, and it's very easy to talk to her, and to overtalk topics. That's why our podcast is called Overtalk.
Overtalk
Yes.
is released
My
by
God,
once a week.
No, it's not released.
Do you want to plug?
No, right now we're just recording, so there's no need for promotion actually. So don't listen to it. There's nothing to listen to, but yes, listen to it whenever it's out.
From what I hear, and I won't spoil anything, it seems like it has a lot of very interesting topics that you kind of like to dive into, especially with each other.
Yes. Sorry, you asked something. I just. Oh no. Okay, just a comment. Yes, I agree. I'm still like very like triggered by that one question in the beginning. It's like, oh my god, what else is gonna come?
No, I'm so
Okay.
sorry. No, it's honestly it's just based off of your experiences here. So that's kind of where I keep it, and I'm refraining from talking about poop. I will keep that going. I did want to say that you are more than welcome to fart on this podcast. So if we can record it, that's perfect.
But now you put so much pressure on me, I'm not gonna fart. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, no, I just honestly appreciate the fact that you came and sat down to talk to me, and especially when it comes to like these experiences at Gimle and getting to know international people. Being an American,
How's that?
Oh, it's tough.
It's tricky.
It's tough in Europe.
Yes,
Let me tell you.
yes. I used to make that joke, but then I stopped with it because I realized. But like when people say they're American, I'm like, oh, okay, how are you?
I know.
Let's take it easy. But yeah, how's that?
It's on an honest note, I think it's in some cases deserved and undeserved. It depends on the person. But I think I like to be critical with myself, and so if it comes to like, hey, I got very comfortable with like the environment that I grew up in, and then people are challenging that all the time, and believe me, the people I live with challenge that all the time.
You mean like here in Roskilde?
Yeah. And I think
Fuck them.
it's not even a thing of let's just say like the pompous behavior that like Americans can kind of have when they come into another country, because I think we're rated like the one that we have the most pride in our country out of any country in the world. And so it is a little bit humbling to even see like, oh, my education system isn't that good. Oh, healthcare isn't that good.
Yeah.
Oh, we start a lot of wars, which I already knew about, but like I'm
Yes.
like, oh, now I really know how this can kind of take effect. But it was eye-opening to kind of get that criticism and to have it challenged a little bit, because it's good to have pride in your home, right? Even being a German and like me being an American, like it is.
Germany, sorry for interrupting, but when it comes to pride in Germany, that's
I know,
always
yeah.
tricky, you know. Fuck,
Yeah.
it's very thin ice.
Yes, my country, we we are very involved with patriotism, and yeah, I love telling stories. Just like I hope you get to meet a Trump supporter sometime, just so you know what they're like, because part of my family is, but it's branching off a little bit and learning, because yeah, I mean, eating habits in the States kind of gross, but like you get to learn a little bit, and that's putting yourself in new environments that I really enjoy. But the criticism, I actually encourage it because I would love to hear people's perspectives and maybe challenge them a little bit just to kind of see, because sometimes they're usually right. So
To be honest, yeah, I can't really see myself. I haven't really like talked with like I don't know. I don't really see
Hello.
I don't see nationalities, but like I don't know. Like if we weren't like recording now a podcast, my go-to topic wouldn't be about America, just because you're from America. Like I don't know. I would talk to you, and I'm not really like nationality talker. I think, but like topic picker, I guess. I talk about food, music, now it's gonna rhyme, and poop.
Oh no. Yeah, I talk
Crap.
about poop sometimes.
Yes, I mean, yeah, but actually, I think it's weird when people like say, "Oh, yeah," and that person talks about poop a lot. And it's just like, yeah, what? And you talk about money a lot. Like it's all just life, don't you think? I think it's undeserved attention when it comes to poop topics. Because
No,
I feel weird. Like, am I representing the poop? I don't know. Like, I'm not the, like I'm not educated. I'm not a professional. Like when it comes to like poop issues, or like I'm just an average person that owns a toilet. But then people like say, "Oh, Zina likes to poop." Like, yeah, you don't. I mean, so yeah, I just want to clarify people and the audience, maybe that's gonna listen. Hopefully, like it's okay if you talk about poop, and if you don't, like, but whatever, right? Yes.
so
Yes. Fuck that.
uh, I think, especially when it comes
How
to
do you move from that topic to like
I'm doing my
good
Yeah.
questions? You can.
No, I
That's
was
how overtalk is.
poetry. No,
Yeah,
no,
why not? Sure. That's yeah.
no, that was
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, then it's not.
Oh my god. Because I actually have it set up, and I wrote it wrong.
I don't
I
want to
had
fuck up your system.
no. Honestly, this is. I love the chaotic energy you give. Honestly, I really do, and that's because that's the thing is like I can be relatively introverted and just like very structured. So like I love it when it's just like oh like I get to go on a little ride a little.
Talk about poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. And I'm surrounded by people that burp all the time, and that's just because I'm
That's
surrounded by guys.
disgusting, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. I know somebody who is wow. Like when he burps, it feels like the whole car's shaking, kind of. And but that's just like wow, like nice voice, like capacity, you know, like getting so deep sometimes with the tones. Well, and then like so. I gotta say it. I'm not a burper. That's I have to say.
You're not a.
it. No,
That's
no.
baloney. Nah,
What is it?
baloney.
Oh, I don't know.
I
Like
was
what?
trying to be clean, but bullshit.
Ah.
Like you burp. Like
I do, but I'm not like, wow, that was amazing. Because it wasn't. Like, I'm a very weak burp, that's what I'm trying to say. My burps are very, like, there's like a big high score in our circle of friends. I will never reach that, never. But it's okay. Everybody's different, so.
no, I do hear you on that one, and I will have to say like there's a person that works within Gimle as well, French Sarah. You actually created a song with her at one point in time, and it reminded
my God,
me.
you know so much.
How do I know so much? Because I know these people.
Yes.
And Sarah's great, and I honestly love talking to it. I did
yes.
hear
To
it though.
bond.
Yes, she's yeah, and it actually reminded me because you have such a like interest in music. Were you much of a concert goer in Germany?
The first time was really nice.
Yeah. Would you
Yeah.
say that that was your favorite show, or was there one that
Yes, because it was a band called Anne Kantrei, and they do like German folk music, and it's just beautiful. And the guy, his name is Henning. He has the deepest voice. That's crazy. And that band has a lot of fans in Russia and North Africa. Like I know a girl from Egypt who loves that band. So they reach a lot of people, even if you don't understand the language. It doesn't matter. It's about the feeling. When they played, when they performed, that was just beautiful to see. Because I was looking around, and I remember it was an open air festival, and I was looking around, and everybody was just staring at the stage. No phones. That doesn't matter in that moment, because everybody was just feeling the lyrics, just like kind of screaming, just or not screaming, just singing, dancing, holding each other, and that yeah, it felt like hate that didn't exist. And oh, it's so hippie now, but like
No,
yeah,
no, no, no,
yeah.
no, no, no. I
Yes, that was just really beautiful to see. So it was worth it to get all those bruises on my ass and like my back, and yeah, but yeah, that was a really nice concert and my last concert, and then I came here to Denmark. Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
No, I would have to.
Danish music sucks. No, no,
I'm
it was
trying
awesome.
to.
No.
No, that's actually the thing I'm trying to explore a little bit is like European music, specifically Danish. But
Yes,
yeah.
yeah. The whole year I've done my project. I never really listened to Danish music, but then this summer, like where my project started to end, I realized how nice it actually is. There are like a lot of nice dancing to songs, but I'm not. I don't. The language itself is not really appealing to me. But you know something else I discovered thanks to my really good old roommate called Andrew from Ukraine, Kiev.
Mm-hmm.
Post-punk.
Yes.
I mean,
I do know post-punk.
Post-punk.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of post-punk,
Yes.
actually.
Yes. And it doesn't matter if I'm not understanding any words. It doesn't fucking matter. Like with post-punk, I feel like I can still feel it, the emotions, and yeah, it's just very moving. Like I listened to 2 songs yesterday, and I actually cried. And okay, that sounds, but also because I'm connecting it to my roommate, and he moved away, and I miss him, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But that song itself, it was so beautiful, but I had no clue what he was talking about. I don't know what that guy was talking about. It was just him and the guitar, but it's just it was just so sad and just so nice, but also beautiful.
Mm-hmm. No, I post-punk as well as post-rock are some of my favorite genres.
Yeah. It can also be very moving, and then rock, and then like guitar and drums.
Like
Yeah.
heavy drums and heavy guitar.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can throw a little classical violin in there too.
Yeah.
And
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
do that. Yeah.
They do.
Electronic music is also awesome. I know Kirilaninski. I think that's the name. That was the first artist I listened to that wasn't English or German speaking. So it was like
Okay.
Ukraine music.
Yeah.
And that was just wow, like really nice. So the music scene in Kiev is also very interesting. I only know her, so I'm not really like I don't know a lot, but it seems like it's very interesting.
Yeah, no, the stuff that Andre was showing me, I actually really
Yeah,
appreciated.
yeah.
And yeah, that guy actually
Thank
knows
you.
so much
Yes,
music. I wish I
whew,
talked
yes.
to him about it more.
Yeah, well, you can check him out on Spotify. He has a playlist called it's called 100% Melancholia and 146% Slav. I think it's actually the other way around. Now I destroyed the joke, but doesn't matter. Just if you want, you can press play and then you get sad.
No, I will, because I was surprised because I'd throw some names his direction. He's like, oh yeah, I know them. Like, I'm like, oh my god, yes, thank you. But going actually back to the concerts, when it came to some of the ones that I really admired, like dancing and all that. So I ended up going to a show in Portland, Oregon, and it was a soul show. Soul revival is the way that I'll go about it. And I like grew up liking like James Brown as well as like P-Funk, Parliament Funkadelic, and just seeing like the soul origins, because it's like you can be very passionate. And I was just like, preach, like that would be so cool to see. And so I went there, and I remember going to the front of the stage. I was there for the opening band, and then the second band that was coming, they're very popular in Oregon, and they ended up like doing such an incredible job, the opener. And I remember seeing in front of the row like all these girls just dressed up like in dresses, like Spanish dresses and stuff, and I'm just like, whoa, like I ended up dressing up just for the sake of it. But I was like, conveniently I did this. But when it came to the actual bands, what they do at some soul shows is that they'll have people dance. So like you would go and ask a stranger to dance, and then you would dance during the show.
Oh my god, did
And
you?
yeah,
Did you ask?
I
Oh
did.
my god, CJ. Wow, how was that?
Very nerve-wracking, but it was trying to symbolize love a little bit, because soul can be like about heartbreak. It can be about how much you love a person.
Yes.
That is its element. And yeah, we were there the entire night, and then the bands actually joined together, and then they would play old classical tunes too. And I remember just having one of the best nights of my life, just dancing with complete strangers on the idea of love and just everyone kind of celebrating that with each other. And that's where it's like unique for like a show.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I have a if I can slide in,
Mhm.
not the DMs, but like the conversation.
Yeah.
I have a certain like memory, because actually, when I came here to Denmark, my first concert, like that I actually wanted to go to, not just because Gimle I can go for free and blah blah blah. It was Girl in Red. I don't know if you know her. She is an awesome musician from Norway, and that's not how they talk, I think. But she had a concert in Copenhagen, and that was just amazing. Wow, that was it was amazing. Not because also the music was great, but she's kind of like from the LGBT subgenre. Like you always need to say, oh, it's an LGBT artist.
Mhm.
But actually it's just music, right? Like
Yep.
it doesn't, right? But I have to say, because it was very obvious that like everybody had, like there were like a lot of like gay flags and blah blah blah, and you could it was a lot of girls because she's a girl, and then she talks about liking girls, so a lot of girls that like girls went to that concert, and that was just very amazing to see a certain kind of group gathering together. Sometimes that can be also like really bad if it's people with bad political views. But in that moment, it was like neutral of political views, I think. But like they were very open-minded, so it was just it felt like oh fuck, like everybody's kind of accepting each other.
Mhm.
So there was a nice concert because everybody was smiling and nice, and I also haven't seen so many gay people in my life in one spot, so it was just like, oh, okay, they exist.
No,
So yeah, that was a nice concert. She's great. You should check her out.
I actually have her written down. Right
Oh my
there.
god. Yeah. Yeah, because she also kind of inspires me to to produce music, and it's okay if it's shitty in the beginning.
Yeah. Mhm.
She did her first song GarageBand, something you can have for free, right, on the MacBook,
Yeah.
and not pay so much for fucking Logic and stuff like that. And always when I think of her, I'm just like, oh man, it's just she's also just like 2 years older than me, and she's just doing music, and that's what she loves, and producing and learning herself. Because you would think like, oh, I would never learn how to master my songs or how to mix them, but you can actually just start, and that's what she did, and that kind of inspires me to also just think about it and do it. Maybe, yeah, great artist,
Oh,
definitely impact. If I was 5 years old now, and she would be on TV, and then like 10 years later, you would ask me like the question, who inspired you as a kid? I would say Girl in Red.
yeah. See, that was the one that I hoped
Circle is
too.
closing.
Yeah,
Circle.
I wish those inspirations came sooner.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when it came to Tash Sultana and loop pedals, which is kind of
Yes.
the way that she goes about it, love it when it comes to solo
Yes,
artists.
yes,
Because
yes.
she's playing arenas by herself. And I was inspired by that because there's a lot of artists like Andrew Bird, if I don't know if you're familiar with him, Kishi Bashi. They're just
Kishibashi.
Kishi Bashi.
That's a
Yeah.
nice name. I
Yeah.
like it. Yes.
They became loop pedal artists themselves, as well as FKJ, who's from France.
That guy, fuck. I once. Sorry, I'm like.
No,
But
please.
like,
Yeah.
did you see that one video he did on YouTube where he's on the fucking like somewhere in I don't know actually somewhere in Europe where he's on water?
Yeah, I've seen it. I know. I was really impressed by that because I remember the
Wow.
camera was panning around like, where's the studio?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I
That's music, you know. That's music. That's like okay. I also listen to pop and blah 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 and like mainstream, and you know, it's like eating McDonald's instead of like nice food, right? But like
Mhm.
sometimes when you eat nice food, you realize how nice food is, and it's the same with music. Look, like watching that video of him on the water, or like just seeing Tash Sultana in her vibes and just like in her feelings.
Yep.
That's actually music, because music is not about 4 chords and then okay verse and then refrain and then okay put the bridge in, woohoo, and
Mhm.
10 million views after one day on YouTube. It's actually a development and a process, and you can see like I love that when I can see that okay the artist goes a different melody now. Okay, and then maybe one instrument. Okay, bam, bass, da 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 da, and then so he did that, and that was beautiful. And there's somebody in Germany who's doing that with one song, and I've been listening to that since yesterday on loop.
I
It
know.
goes 12. Oh, fuck. Okay, why am I here
sorry.
then?
No, I know.
No, I'm kidding. 12 minutes. Fucking amazing. Wow, uh it's just very moving and such a like you realize how like you find the beauty in music again when you see people just falling into music and kind of forgetting about themselves and just each um each body element is just there to just function as a tool to create beautiful music.
Hmm.
And that's why what I see when I see Tash or when I see FK Twinks. I don't know. Well,
It's like FKJ. That's
FKJ.
how I
Okay,
pronounce. Yeah.
there's somebody who's called FK Twix, but she's a woman.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, National Women's Day. Let's
Yes.
represent.
And
yeah.
also, yeah, no, but I'll tell you later. But like, she had a shitty ex-boyfriend. The guy from Transformer, and he was like very like abusive. So fuck him.
Oh, I've heard about that. But yeah, we
Yeah,
can
she-
talk
yeah,
about
she-
that. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. No, but like, it's just so beautiful. Yeah.
No, I was inspired by that a little bit, because Kishibashi as well as Angie Bird are violinists, and then they use the loop pedal to
Oh,
create their own
really?
songs. Yeah.
With like only violin.
Yes.
Whoa. Okay, that's fucking amazing. Cause
I
then
know.
like yeah.
Yeah, they
Mm.
create the rhythm first.
Oh,
Like they do
I
the.
actually I will check that up. Yeah.
Would highly recommend it.
Oh,
I would,
fuck.
because a portion of Andrew's like music career was he was in a band that just he was taught classically, so classical violin,
Mhm.
and then he then dipped completely and then went very experimental just by himself. Like he would sit by a river with his loop pedal and then just create whatever came to his mind, and I loved it.
Yeah.
He also did a TED talk on music where he plays like 3 songs and just like you can watch it
I
build
don't know
and
if I
build and
saw it.
build.
Yeah. Oh, but like maybe I saw it. Yeah.
If you did, you're
Yeah.
the first person I've ever met that's seen it, and I
When
absolutely
it
love
comes
it.
to TED Talk and music and stuff, I always click it because I'm just like that's just really interesting to hear.
It's right up your alley. Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
really is if you haven't seen it yet. But no, I was inspired by that, and it's one thing of like if I were to choose an instrument, it would be something like piano,
Oh.
and I would want to do a loop pedal, and so that's why like I bought a piano while I was here because it's something I want to do. But I was inspired by them because loop pedal artists, I think it's incredible, and you can kind of solo over it and have that creativity by yourself.
Yes.
But yeah, that was the direction
Yeah.
I wanted to go and still do want to go.
Yeah. I actually have a question when it comes to that because I'm thinking, I never thought about connecting loop pedal with piano because I
Yeah.
was actually thinking about buying one for the guitar. You don't play the guitar?
I don't. I
Okay.
currently no instrument. I know drums,
Yeah, same.
but
Same
like
drums. No instruments right now. But I'm curious. Don't you think if you loop the piano at one point, it's just getting too much? Because it's like such a heavy, big organ, kind of.
yeah. It's a
So
good question.
maybe like it's maybe it is true, maybe not, whatever. But that's the challenge and that's the beauty that you like find your way to master that instrument and loop and definitely it will sound amazing. I'm pretty sure. So I'm actually like, if you do that, I would love to hear or like do it with you, help and I don't know, just watch. But
No, I need motivation
yeah,
to like do this.
sounds really awesome actually.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah,
There is a genre because it was trying to see who's done it and maybe get some inspiration.
Yeah.
So there's a minimalist movement that
yeah,
kind of took
yeah.
place. So like
Do you know
Philip,
math rock? It's
I
also
do know
like-
math
yes.
rock quite a bit
Yes.
actually.
Yes, that's
And
also interesting.
but it was revolved around Philip Glass, which was from the 70s. I
Yeah.
forget the other conductor who really established minimalism. But
Yeah.
that was the biggest one is like it's just violins playing the same thing over and over again for like 7 minutes and you just kind of get mesmerized and just fall into this weird
You forget about
state.
life and
Yeah.
that's what happens when I listen to that 12-minute song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and this is the thing going back to the radio hosting. I would
Yes.
find these like hour-long sessions of just it being on a loop and I'm like, can I play this thing for the whole
Yeah,
hour?
yeah.
And then I could. And so
Oh,
you would
wow.
just
That's
on my
great.
on my session, I would just
Yeah.
play this thing. And no one called, just being like, what was that?
Mhm.
But like it was the fact that I was able to do it.
Maybe you inspired somebody, yeah.
Maybe.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
show my friends that 12-minute songs and sometimes it doesn't work. And I think in general that it's sad that people are getting not that people feel lazy maybe thinking, "Oh, this is 8 minutes long or 10?"
Yep.
Because we are all so used to, okay, 3 minutes and 59 seconds. Bam. Okay. 2 minutes, even better. Oh, now it's like too short and blah. And like those trap songs. And then it's like, oh, only 2 minutes. I want one more. So it's hard to please people, but also kind of sad to know that some people don't want to spend time on 10 minutes, because if it's 10 minutes, it must be good. Because then you kind of like you lose track of like time, and then you're just focused on the instruments. And then with that 12-minute song, I kind of develop my own time, and I know, okay, it's only the bass now, it's almost a half, and then build up and drums, and I'll show you the song. I would love to show you the song. It's a nice song, just because it's how do you know the name of that instrument where it's a keyboard and then like there's like a weird microphone you can talk to, and then it's like a tuner going up and down, and
like the one that I'm familiar with is like the synthesizer where it's like on your guitar and then you have it attached to your mouth.
yes,
and you just do the
it's something attached to your mouth. That guy from Germany, his name's Crow, he did that on a song called Computerful, which is the combination of computer and beautiful, where he's just talking about not really finding a person. Like at one point, like he's talking about, I will destroy it because it's even more beautiful if you actually listen to it. But he's talking about Tinder, and that it's actually useless because the person's it's just an illusion. Like they're just beautiful on the internet, in a computer, but actually not in real life. Not a person you would love to talk to. And at one point, he doesn't sing anymore, and then it's just the bass, and then he's playing on a synthesizer, and it's a very interesting applicator he's also using, and then it's just the bass and and at one point the build up is coming, and it's getting more, and then if you listen to it you can feel it like, oh fuck, and then okay, it's but could also be dirty, but I mean then the drums come, and then the song is over.
What's it called? Because it would actually.
I said it, Computerful.
Oh, Computerful.
Yes, the combination of beautiful and computer.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I would actually love to hear it.
Yes, it's a beautiful song.
Falling into what they were hoping, I would assume a listener would want to hear.
Yeah.
Is good. But yeah, no, I gotta say that it is honestly fun to talk to you, as well as crossing paths so many times.
Yeah,
and
true. Actually, we would, if I knew you were playing the drums, man, we would be best friends. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. But yeah, it's sad that we never talked. Like, it's so nice that we're doing it now, but it's, what I'm trying to say, it's weird to always miss on each other, right? You never know how great the other person is.
No, you just have to sit down, record it, and do something like this where you can really get into someone's head and just kind of see what drives them.
I really appreciate it. So.
No, I just, whenever it's the fact that you gave the time to do something like this. And
I got promised free food, so that's actually.
Oh, is that your motivator? That's actually my motivator too.
Good,
so, no, we can go get some food.
Yes.
But awesome. No, thank you for coming.
Oh, okay. Tak. Thank you.
Tak
means, you know the word.
Moi tak, isn't that? Thank you very much.
Yeah. Tusen tak is like 1,000 if you actually mean it. Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. All right.
Thank you. Fuck. Awesome. Okay.
Fuck. Awesome.
Now we're vanishing.